What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of Rebuilding Barcelona. Here we are with our new manager, Andres Iniesta. He's back in Barcelona, and he's going to lead this rebuild. Now, what rebuild, you might ask? Well, Barcelona, due to financial troubles, has been relegated down to Liga 2. They're going to be playing the La Liga Hypermotion, and we're going to be building our way back up to La Liga. Now, what does that mean for the first team? Well, the older veterans aren't going to stick around in Liga 2, so we're going to be selling them on, such as Marc-Andre ter Stegen here. He is going to be sold. He is not going to be a part of the rebuild. But younger players such as Balde here, he is going to be loaned out, and hopefully we make it up to La Liga next year, and then we can bring him back when he's ready to play with the first team in the first division. But all those brand new funds that we're raising from the transfer window aren't going to go waste. We're not selling these players at a loss. We're going to be putting it back into the youth academy, La Masia, the core of old Barcelona when they were really good. So here we are. We're going to be hiring a couple five-star scouts to lead the charge for our youth team. We're going to be sending them out on scouting missions. Spain, we're going to be bringing back tiki-taka. So we need some technically gifted players to play. And I imagine, a Xavi type, and Andres Iniesta himself being a part of that. With Tim Peters here from Belgium, we're going to send him out to Argentina on just a winger. Maybe the next Messi in his right wing days might be out there. And finally, with our last scout, I had a tough decision sending him out. I wanted to have an international flavor to this team. So I was looking everywhere, I was thinking about everything, and I think eventually I'm going to settle on Morocco. We can find some talented players in Morocco, some technically gifted players. So that's what we're going to end up settling on. And for the first 3 months, we're going to be going after some Moroccan youngsters. But at the end of the day, we're going to have to look into the transfer market too to bring in some young players to help tide us over until those youth academy players are ready. So here I am deleting all of Barcelona's old instructions. We're going to be moving it on. We're going to be looking for a certain archetype of player going forward. So we're going to get rid of all these old players Barcelona might have been interested in. And we're going to relocate all our scouts to new destinations because I didn't like the ones they were at currently. And already within the team with this great upheaval, we've had a lot of people email us, most notably is Marc-Andre ter Stegen. He's worried about the direction of the club going forward, and a couple other players are worried and surprised by the transfer listing. It's all part of the process. A lot of these club mainstays such as Sergio Roberto and Frankie de Jong and stars like Robert Lewandowski are going to have to be moved on in order to make way for the new generation. And already pretty early on in the process, we have our first outgoing. It's Eric Garcia. He's going to be a part of the team in the future, just not immediately. He's going on the loan to Real Betis, where he'll be for a whole season. And already, here's our first big transfer out. It's Rafinha off to Man City for $82.5 million. This was a release clause negotiation, so we're going to get an F for that. The money doesn't really matter too much. We're going to have plenty of it. It's more about the player getting out of the club. And here's another outgoing for the club, but it's going to be Serginho Dest. It's going to be a loan to RB Leipzig, a player we want in the future, not immediately. So he's going to be spending a year in Germany to freshen up those skills a bit. Pablo Gavi also on his way out to Real Sociedad, so he's going to stay in La Liga, get some experience in Spain, be ready for next season, hopefully. Clement Langley is also out of the club. He's going to Galatasaray for $15 million. Kind of a bargain, but we got a C rating on that one. One of Barcelona's biggest signings a couple of transfer windows ago, Jules Koundé. He's going to go on loan to rivals Atletico for about a year. They're going to strengthen up, and he's hopefully going to get some good experience in La Liga. And club mainstay and legend Sergio Roberto is off to France for $17.5 million. We got an A out of that deal. That might be the only A we get this entire time. But he's going to be leaving the club for once. We got another loan. It's Pedri to Osasuna for a year. He immediately becomes their best player, and they get him for a bargain, as I think we cover his wages completely there. And then Marcos Alonso is out of the club. He's going to Trabzonspor in Turkey for a cool $13 million. Another A, surprisingly. One of the players I'm most excited about for this career mode, Alejandro Balde, is not leaving on a transfer, but he's going to loan to Aston Villa for a year. So we'll see you in a year. He is immediately going to be our starting left back when he returns next season. Probably the funniest transfer I'm going to make is Ilkay Gundogan. He's going back to the Premier League to Chelsea. He came down to Barcelona to get a tan, I guess, for about a month or so. and we're going to get a low rating on that one. But he's back to the Premier League. Ansu Fati, off to Dortmund for a year. He's going to be in a good spot to get some more playing time over there in Germany and get freshened up for next year with us. With all of these players going out, that means we're going to have to bring a couple in to supplement the squad. Here we got Valentin Barco. He is coming in to be our new starting left back, and there's Lewandowski in the shortest shorts I've maybe ever seen to go watch him run on a treadmill for a bit. So he's coming in from Boca Juniors for $4.5 million almost. And he's going to immediately become our starting left back in Liga 2 here. We're going to get a C rating. We might have overpaid for him a bit, but I like the transfer a lot. He's going to fill a need on this team. Next up in the transfers in is Tanguy Nianzou, apologies if I mispronounced that, for $7.1 million. He's coming to us from Sevilla, and he's going to slot into our starting center back spot. The next player in our little shopping spree is Ezequiel Fernandez, also from Boca Juniors. We're going to be rating him for $7.2 million. The left-footed CDM will be our starting CDM for this season. Our most important signing, I think, this season will be Francisco Conceição from Ajax for $12.6 million. He's going to be our center forward for the upcoming season, playing that kind of messy archetype, playing as a false nine for us. I like it. 5'6", very skillful player. The spree continues as Mohamed Ali Cho is going to join us from Real Sociedad for $5 million. He's going to play our right wing spot. He's currently a striker, but we're going to move him over to play that. And the moment I'm most excited about for this series is the youth squad reports are back. We're going to be combing through these and looking through, seeing who could be the future. I think about Badar Hassan there. He has a high overall and a kind of iffy potential, but he's the best player for Morocco, so I think we're going to take him on in the end here. Did a little bit of deliberating, but he looked like he was the best option from Morocco this month, so we're going to sign him to the club. Next up, we're going to be digging through Argentina. We're going to be getting rid of a lot of players. We did come up a little bit short. Carlos Ayala here was a good-looking player. We signed him on, and I think we're going to reject most of these other ones as well. Finally, we have Spain. A lot of weak players here as well too, except for Raul Pardo. He had a high valuation. We wanted to sign him on for that as well too. He could be a good future player for us this season. The rest of the players we're going to reject. Cesar Serrano I'm going to think about. Had a lower overall, so it was a little bit tougher on that one. Our next transfer in, Agustin Bi from San Lorenzo, $4.3 million, fills another need for a right back. We currently don't have any youth ones, so this is something we need to purchase. Center mids are very important in the false nine system, and Aymar Oroz from Osasuna is coming over for $6.8 million. They get Pedri, and we get him. Also joining the midfield room is Joel Neves from Benfica for $3.71 million. He'll be rounding out the midfield part of our squad. We had a lack of center backs in the squad, so one of our final purchases was João Halto from Ajax for $2.3 million. He'll be giving us our first incoming A transfer rating. Excellent deal for us and a player for the future. So one of the most important parts of the Barcelona rebuild was going back to tiki-taka style that they made famous. So we're going to be building up the squad here, changing up the team a little bit. I like a little width with the tiki-taka, have those players in the middle and some space to maneuver with the wingers out wide. Lots of players in the box, players joining the attack. Not so worried about set pieces, so we're going to call players back for that. I like my wingers to cut inside and get behind, really stretch out the defense to let the center forward and the midfielders run around. False nine, of course, for the center forward, which will be Conceição this season. Cho also going to stretch that back line. And then as for the midfielders, free roam. They can pop up anywhere. I like that. Don't really have really strictness, more fluidity in the midfield. My CDM, I like them to drop back and stay back while attacking, stay in that position, and play kind of as a third center back until we can get our defense back if the other team is countering. Finally, I like the fullbacks to make overlapping runs, provide additional width, or join the attack. Sometimes they're the last man in and our best scoring option. Now it's finally time for our first match against Albacete. They play counterattack. They project to be one of the worst teams in the league this year. So here we are hopping into our very first match day against them. And here we go. The very first game of the Barcelona rebuild starts away from home against the lower league opposition. But we're going to get it kicked off right. Doesn't matter who we play. We got to earn our way back up to La Liga in style. Here we are on the break. We turn him over right away. And Moali Cho is wide open in the middle of the box. We don't even have to make a cut. He is there immediately from the beginning of the game. We turn them over and pop one in the net. We take the 1-0 lead early on, and the players are celebrating. The fans are eating it up. The goalie is in disbelief of what his team just did. They let him down. Passing fluidity from Barcelona there. Mo shifts it to his right foot, his weaker foot, and slots it into the bottom corner. And it gives Barcelona a 1-0 lead. Albacete comes immediately down the field again to try to answer. They're going to cut inside, pass it in. Player, instead of passing it off, tries to take a shot, gets blocked, and heads it wide. Neves picks up the ball in midfield, leads the break. He's going to pass it to Conceição, playing that false 9 position. Can't find an option. Passes it in the box, gets it back. It's going to end up to Cho, who passes it and shoots it low again, but the goalkeeper makes a great save to keep it 1. Moving ahead to the 14th minute here, Rose is going to pick it up at the edge of the box, pass it in to Conceição, who's going to smash it with his left foot into the upper right corner of the net. Goalkeeper had no chance, and that's going to make it 2-0 for Barcelona early on in the match. The passing was crucial there. We're picking out passes and cutting out defenders, and we give ourselves an extension to the lead. Conceição picks it up at the edge of the box. Nice little turn. XG 0.37 on that one. The goalkeeper could have done much better, but we're playing against lower opposition here, so I don't think we can expect too much. Ball's bouncing around in the midfield here. Our right back can't win it, neither can our midfielder. Sloppy turnover in our own half, and it's going to get passed around. And they're going to level the game with a beautiful finesse shot into the lower right corner. Albacete is not going down without a fight. Sloppy play by Barcelona in their own third of the pitch. And that's going to lead to a mistake and a goal being caused. Beautiful finesse shot with the inside of his foot just curled right outside the goalkeeper's reach. And that's going to make it a 2-1 game. They're grabbing the ball and they're ready to score more. If we could write a book about how tiki-taka is played, this goal would be, I don't know, you can't have videos in books. But anyways, we're just passing it around the box. No player is near us. It's going to eventually work its way to Joel Neves, who's going to slot that into the left side of the goal in the 30th minute. And that's going to give Barcelona a 2-goal lead once again. A beautiful play outside the box. Got the player open in the box without any defenders near, pinging it around, cutting everyone out. Conceição is unselfish, could have turned and had a shot, but he passed it off to the better man. It's a 3-1 lead for Barcelona. Barcelona wins a free kick at the edge of the box to end the half. We're going to give it to our midfield man, Rose, and see what he can do. Hopefully get it up and over the wall. He gets it up, but it's going to be a little wide anyways. And that's the end of the half. It's going to be 3-1 Barcelona in our first match. Shortly after the half begins, we're going to switch it out wide here to our right back to Joel Neves. We're going to keep playing it around, opening up the other team. Working outside, working back inside. We have a free man in the box. That is Ezazulu. I'm going to have to look up the pronunciation. It's a little tough for me. Backflip to celebrate the goal. Beautiful, intricate play that involved every player on that right side of the field, outside and back in. That's why we like a little bit of width with this style. It opens up more options in the middle. And he's going to slot that in. Nothing the goalkeeper can do to stop that. Poor defending again from Albacete. Barcelona gets a corner, but it gets knocked out. Work it back in. Conceição is going to line up from a shot at the edge of the 18, and he is going to rifle that one into the upper right-hand corner. Once again, the goalkeeper can do absolutely nothing about that, and that's going to extend the Barcelona lead to 5-1. Beautiful shot. Let's see the replay here. It gets knocked out from the corner. It's going to work its way back in. Left foot strike. The goalkeeper actually could have done a little bit better. It was a nice strike from Conceição once again. That's going to extend the Barcelona lead even further. It's a bloodbath in game 1. With the match safely in hand, we're going to bring on some subs, get them more experience, try out more players on the team. We got to figure out who Barcelona's future is, so we're going to give as many players as possible many chances this season as we go forward. We have another corner here with Barcelona, and this time we're going to work it short. Maybe the short corner routines are going to be better for this team. Not a lot of height, and we work it in. The Albacete defense is gone, missing in action. That was way too easy from a corner, something that should be defended way better. Eslazuli has another goal. We're just going to call him Aymar for now, until I figure out how to pronounce that last name. Beautifully worked in, a Rose picked out spot. Actually, it was a Rose who got the goal. My mistake. Confused my own players. Beautiful shot. Not the goalkeeper can do once again. Here's Barcelona on the counter-attack after a silly mistake from Albacete. We can play the counter a little bit. And candidate for maybe miss of the season right here. Our left back. Not slot in the easy chance. That is probably why he's playing left back. Couldn't even get it on frame. Andres Iniesta very disappointed in that. With the game already in hand 6-1, Barcelona's going to get one more shot in the 88th minute, and it's going to be slotted in. Nice couple intricate passes in the box there. We're going to put it in, kiss the badge. 7-1, Barcelona is up in Iniesta's first game in charge. Xavi out, Iniesta in, and Barcelona is thriving. Cho is going to pick it up in the box, give it to our backup striker, Alarcon, and he is going to have a nice, beautiful finish there with a .26 XG. With the game winding down in the 93rd minute, Albacete is going to have a chance, but the referee stops the play there. How cool. The 7-1 Barcelona victory in Iniesta's first match in charge of the club. Against low opposition, but it doesn't matter. We have to get the job done in order to get back up to La Liga where Barcelona belong. Constançao is the player of the match. So that's going to do it for episode 1 of the Barcelona Rebuild. I hope you enjoyed. If you want, please feel free to like and subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot of these. It's a fun little idea, and I'm excited to play around with it going forward. We'll catch you next time for episode 2 of the Barcelona Rebuild.